Hello everyone, today me Lim Yu Yang
and me, Lim Xu,
are going to go through the past year questions on page 15 of the physics module. We are currently involved in VTEX program and had been given tasks to teach you guys about the technique for answering questions related to chapter 1, scalars and vectors. So now let us take a look at this question.
So for this question, we know that the vector P and Q shown in figure 1, this is figure 1. Determine R, vector R, if vector R equal to vector P minus vector Q. So let's take a look at this question. For this question, we have two methods. And I will be showing you guys the method 1, which is the normal method that we use in matrix. So what method 1? We need to find the x component and the y component for each vector. We need to draw a table so we can see clearly. Okay, first, we find the x component for P vector. For P vector, we can draw a triangle so we can see clearly. The angle here is 30 degrees and the vector P is 5.6 meter. So how we find the x component? We can use the trigonometry method. So 5.6 cos 30 degrees. This is the x component for vector P. And 5.6 sine 30 degrees is the y component for vector P. Okay, now we get the x component and y component for vector P. We need to find the x component and y component for vector Q. But be careful, the question says that Q negative in negative. So if Q vector is in this direction, then the negative Q will be in this direction. And the y component for vector Q, negative Q, and the x component for negative vector Q will be opposite direction in this way. And the degree here is 20 degrees. So now, negative vector Q. The x component for negative vector Q is 4.8 cos 20 degrees, and for the y component is 4.8 sine 20. Okay, now we got both x component and y component. Okay. Now we need to sum it up. Sum of x component is 9.3603 meter, and for sum of y component is 4.4417, also in meter. Now, is this the answer? No, this is not the answer. Why? Because if you take a look, the vector P is in this direction and the y component is in this direction, the x component is in this direction. So we need to put negative because x is going to left and y is going to down. So negative for both. Okay, now take a look at the negative vector Q. The y also go down, so also negative, and the x also go left, so also negative. So for both components, the sum of both components need to be equal to negative. Now we need to find the resultant vector, which is the r in this question, equal to the sum of square of both components and square root of it. Then we can find the answer, 10.36 meter. And to find the direction, if you guys remember, the direction equal to theta, and the theta, tangent theta equal to modulus total of y component divided by total of x component. Hence, the theta equal to, in this question, negative 0.44417 divided by negative 9.3603 modulus. Then you can press the calculator and find the answer. And you can find the degree is 25.3855 degree. Okay, now we get the degree of the vector, but how we know the direction? In order to know the direction, we need to draw a triangle using the sum of x component and sum of y component. For x component is negative, so from right to left, and for sum of y component is negative also, so from top to bottom. And as you can see, the resultant vector is in this direction. This is the R. And we draw a Cartesian plane on top of this. You can notice the 25.3855 degree is in here. So below negative x axis. That's it for method 1. Thank you.
So now I'm gonna show you guys method 2 to solve these questions. So from the questions, we know that vector r equals to vector p minus vector q. For your information, vectors counts the magnitude and direction. So we can write like this: vector r equals to vector p plus negative vector q. So now the graph would look like this. The vector q would be in opposite direction, and the resultant, which is the vector r, would show like this. Yeah. So we can calculate the magnitude of vector r by using cosine rule. So let us find the angle first. The angle would be 150 degrees plus 20 degrees equals to 170 degrees. And the magnitude of vector r would be square root 4.8 square plus 5.6 square minus 2 minus 4.8 cosine 170 degrees, and the answer would be 10.36 meter. So now we have calculated the magnitude of vector r, and we need to find the direction of vector r as well. So in order to find the direction of vector r, we should draw again the graph, and the graph would look like this. So the graph before stated that the angle here is 20 degrees. So we should know that here is 20 degrees and here will be 20 degrees as well. So now let us calculate the degree at here. So we can use the sine rule. So sine theta over 5.6 equals to sine 170 degrees over 10.36. Oh, sorry, let me label the graph first. So here is 5.6, here is theta, here is 170, here is 10.36. So theta will be 5.38 degrees. So to find the direction of vector r, we should add the 20 degrees as well as the theta to find its direction. So the direction of vector r would be theta equals to 20 degrees plus 5.38 degrees equals to 25.38 degrees. So let us conclude our answer. The magnitude of vector r equals to 10.36 meter, and its direction is 25.38 degrees below. Here it's below the x-axis, negative x-axis, below negative x. So now it's our answer. Now that's all for these questions. Hope you guys understand how to solve it. That's all from us. Thank you very much.